All right. Good evening, all of you out there in the interwebs. Hope you're having a nice day. It's beautiful outside. Make sure you throw your comments and questions. Questions about gear, questions about the songs. And I even agreed to taking questions about my personal life last week, so I'll keep that up. So please jump in there with your comments. We are live here. It's 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tonight I'm going to play some acoustic guitar. I'm going to play some hip songs and chat about that. But also I've got a special guest who's going to come up and share her song about a small town in Ontario as well. So I'm really excited about that. But before we get to our special guest, I wanted to play a song about a small town in Ontario by the Tragically Hip. This is off Phantom Power. Again, we were chatting a little bit last week about check out the whole album. Don't just go and play a single. This whole album is a great creation, Phantom Power. And if you don't know what Phantom Power is, this is sort of a neat opportunity for me to share that with you. And Phantom Power is a little bit of power that you get back from your mixer. Hey, Sandra, how you doing? Glad you were able to tune in today. You get back from your mixer to power things like a studio microphone. So the microphone you see me singing into tonight has Phantom Power. This is the Aston Stealth. I've been using this, but it's also the only studio mic that you can use dynamically as well, so without Phantom Power. But we're going to go Phantom Power tonight with Bob Cajun to start here. So let's get that going. And Luke, yes, Habs, 2-1 Habs, but go. Oh, you're cheering for the Jets, eh, Luke? I'm plugged in, starting with the Ibanez PF guitar. I wanted to start with a very affordable guitar. And I am plugged in through the tone deck, the Fishman tone deck tonight. I left your house this morning about 9:15. Could have been the Willie Nelson, could have been the wine. When I left your house this morning, it was a little after 9. It was in Bob Cajun where I saw the constellations reveal themselves one star at a time. Drove back to town this morning with it working on my mind. I thought of maybe quitting, I thought of leaving it behind. Went back to bed this morning, and as I'm pulling down the blind, yeah, the sky was dull and hypothetical and falling one cloud at a time. That night in Toronto, with these checkerboard floors, riding on horseback and keeping order restored till the man they couldn't hang stepped to the mic and sang, and their voices rang with that Aryan twang. I'll explain that one in a second. Got to your house this morning just a little after 9. In the middle of that riot, I couldn't get you off my mind. So I'm at your house this morning. It's just a little after 9. 'Cause it was in Bob Cajun where I saw the constellations reveal themselves one star at a time. Bob Cajun. And hi, Steve. Thanks for joining in on the live stream. I've said one of the coolest things about this live stream I've noticed is how many musicians tune in. Sandra and Luke and Steve here and comment. And, you know, it's puts a little pressure on the musician. I think you can all... one thing I wanted to do was adjust my mic level. I noticed I was clipping a little. Couldn't do that while I kept playing. But the other thing maybe you can relate to is if... Hey, Derek, there you go. Another... great musician in the stream tonight, is if you forget your lyrics, which I'm big on that, and I'm going to ask our guest about that in a second. But I also forgot that this was a 2-page song. So I finished page 1, and page 2 was directly behind page 1. So I just kept that G note going, which sounded a little goofy, but I kept it going. So I feel good about that. All right, so please welcome our special guest. She is my sister, but I was really excited to get her in on the show tonight because she just released a new single this week called Georgina. So give a round of applause if you can on Facebook or YouTube to Bernadette Connors. Hi, Christy. How you doing?
Hey, Christy. Derek, yeah. Steve, Luke, Sandra, John.
You know, I got to jump in with a little, now that Christy's in the stream there. We played Bob Cajun in Barrie on Canada Day, and Christy showed up, and there was a huge area we were playing for, and she was just smiling and nodding, and I didn't know she was coming, and it went over. If you ever play Barrie Canada Day, Bernadette, play Bob Cajun. It goes over really well there.
Oh, okay.
I think people of Barrie think Bob Cajun's about them. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Hi, Donna. There you go. Sandra's saying, hey, Bert.
Thanks, Sandra.
So, Bernadette, do you forget the lyrics sometimes?
Always.
But what do?
I own it, meaning make up something that works in the moment.
Right. So that's not a bad way to go.
No, because, you know, it's funny because I was taking a vocal lesson with someone I really admire over Christmas. I took a vocal lesson with Colin, actually, from the Trues.
Okay.
And it was pretty fun. And one of the things he said, one of the biggest takeaways I took from that was kind of his 3 rule. And everyone's got their own 3 rule. Mine, when I was teaching, was a little slightly different. But his rule was, and at the time I didn't hear it, I didn't have my own, right? It was in key. You have to be 2 or 3 things, right? There's a lot of these out there, 2 or 3 things. You have to be in key, in time, or have attitude. So you only need, so first off, you only need 2 to 3 of those things, and also none of them mention lyrics.
Right, that's right.
So I guess
there you go.
I guess the rule is you'll never be right, so you don't have to be.
Right, and you're never going to be everything to everyone.
No, but my little rule is in key, in time, or intentional.
Right.
And I like to leave intentional as a choice because you and I have debated about this for a long time, right? And as adults agreed on that everything has its place in music.
You know what? Maybe I'll say now, Bernadette, I've come around to know that you might have a happy accident, especially in the studio, that you just are really grateful happened and you use it.
So I'm going to tell you, I was messaging with Stu and my friend who recorded on the record, Stu, as well, and John Angus, because we have other music coming out soon, this month, June, and in July, and August, and September. So we have a lot of music planned. And I was messaging because I have 3 different guitar players who played on the record. So I was like, Stu, I'm a little embarrassed. I have to double check who's playing the solo, right? And both Stu and John Angus, when I was double checking who's playing what solo on what single, said, yeah, and it's the one from the demo.
Okay.
It's the solo that we made before we even entered the studio. Both songs have the original guitar solo from the
That's wild.
original idea because
So you relace that in.
we laced it in. So we
Wow.
paid to like record in this beautiful church, converted church in Hamilton.
Yeah.
And yet, both the next single and the one after that, Stu's guitar solo and John Angus's guitar solo, both original from like the original idea.
Phenomenal.
Because you just can't beat like what worked.
Yeah, that's right. That's amazing. Yeah, so why try to recreate it when you've already got in your hands what you want as an end result anyways, right?
Which is so funny because with Georgina, it was totally opposite, where we actually recorded all the drum and bass tracks in the church with my friend Manny on bass and my friend Cass on drums at the time. And then what was happening because of COVID, because of the pandemic, what was happening is we were rewriting the songs or rewriting ideas. And this song, Georgina, has had such a journey. And in the studio, we kind of tweaked the lyrics, and most of you in this live stream has seen me perform this song before it was recorded as In the Water. I find myself in the water is the message, because the water is like Simcoe in the water, Georgina.
Yeah.
So we recorded all the bed tracks for this song, the drums and the bass tracks. And then the next day I'm in the basement of the church, and Colin and Chris Kirby, a co-writer, are on Zoom with me, and John Angus is running between the recording sessions and the basement. And he comes downstairs to check in on Georgina, and he finds out that we completely rewrote the song. We couldn't use anything we recorded. Like, we could use the verses, the beginning and stuff. We couldn't use any of the drum parts except for some stuff in the verses. We couldn't use anything that was recorded because the whole chord progression changed in the chorus. Right. And here's why. When I brought this song to the writing session and I told the guys how amazing Georgina is and how Georgina's the reason I was able to record my dream album, Colin looked at me and said, Georgina needs to know this is about them. Georgina!
Oh, wow. Which, of course, becomes the main line of the chorus here, doesn't it? You know what?
It's so amazing that I'm so supported by so many talented people to make sure that they know that when I write a song about basically loving my community knows.
Right. That's so great. And I will tell you a little anecdote because I've been showing the song to some of my students this week, which I'll share a little more about after you play it. But one of my students, when she listened to it, said, it was so great to hear a song about a place I know and references that I get. And how important is that to all of us as Canadians, but as people of Southern Ontario or Georgina specifically, to actually relate directly, like not some place I saw on TV in a movie, but someplace I go. Right? Isn't that phenomenal?
And I can't get over how because it's been out and how many people have responded. I can't believe how many different people it's resonated with.
Yeah, there you go.
It's insane.
Yeah. So we're going to get to play the song, right? And I'm gonna hop out of the stream. And I'm going to attempt to go on Instagram and sing along with you. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because you have amazing harmonies in the song, sung by Colin, right?
Yeah!
But I do have to add, though, that same student who talked about the community thought it was me in the recording.
Yeah.
Right.
Which isn't unheard of, right? Because you and I have sung amazing harmonies together for years.
Right. Well, and everyone in the world knows that I'm like an extreme harmonist.
And our voices blend really well.
Absolutely. We're seeing a great comment here. I'll never forget being in my kayak on the water, hearing this song for the first time. I love this song. So we better not hold people back too much longer. We've got to play it. Right?
Can I just say I love diving off the boat and swimming towards you. It was so nice to have a friendly face. Right, that's so amazing. Many friendly faces, right? It's great.
Okay, here, I'm going to hop out, and Bernadette, and you got a very simple setup there. We've been chatting gear quickly. So, and this is to prove to everyone that you don't need, although it's cool to have, and it's nice to enhance what you're doing, but you can get started with your what is this, your laptop mic or your phone mic or?
Yeah, it's just my computer and my computer camera, and I have a light because when I was teaching, I wanted my students to be able to see my face.
Oh yeah, I was gonna put a light up too. That's a good idea.
That's
And then you're using your Ibanez acoustic, which is not $1,000 guitar, is it?
No, this one is actually, it was kind of like funny because I was like, why is this so cheap? I can afford it. I don't need another guitar. But it was a great price point, and I love this guitar. I named him Richard.
There you go. So you and Richard are going to play Georgina for everyone on your Ibanez acoustic, just into your phone mic. Nice, simple setup, right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
You know what? We put fresh strings on this guitar today. John, come back. Come back, John. I hope he comes back.
Hi.
So my boyfriend restrung my guitar right before my live stream, and I know rule number 1 is you need your strings to stretch out a little bit.
Right, and for those of you following Connor's music on Instagram, you'll know that we shared the post of the guitar being restrung today by Dan, and what a nice thing he did for you.
Yes.
But yeah, fresh strings do need a quick tune-up.
But I'm gonna say this is super close.
Right.
Because I got
often that's not the case.
Not. You can't see that sticker on this. Let me get my string case.
Yeah, it's white too.
It is, but you can see it back here.
Yeah. So what are they? These are D'Addario XS Custom Light, the brand new strings from D'Addario. And yeah, I put them on a guitar for a customer today too, and I was very impressed as well.
It was just 2 strings.
Just two out of 6, a tiny bit out, but it's better to be in tune with your guitar if you're going to sing to it, right?
Yeah, duh.
Otherwise, you go a cappella. Well, duh. I'm telling everyone out there. I'm sharing the insights of the industry with all our viewers tonight.
You remember it wasn't like a hard lesson I had, but I witnessed someone get yelled at. But when I was on Canadian Idol, I witnessed Zach lose it at one of the contestants because so many people had gotten on stage with their guitars out of tune.
Tim Dambrick, custom lights are in stock. Drop by for a curbside pickup tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Tim says, custom lights, I need some. Hey guys, happy to catch you for this one. Heard it when you launched the other day. Great song. All right, so he's already heard Georgina, but now he's going to hear the acoustic solo live singer-songwriter version, right?
And also, if any of you else or anyone else is on Instagram and wants to sing along and post that they're playing along, that'd be fun.
There you go. Okay. All right, I'm hopping out. You're in tune.
I'm in tune. I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm a lady of the lake. I learned to drive on a dirt road, and I got all it takes. I see myself in the water, and my footprints in the sand. The moon can push and pull the tide, but this is where I stand. Georgina, you know I could never leave you. I've been all around the world and still you bring me back again. Georgina, I've got friends in the city. They've got a tower and everything. I tried it out for a little while, but where you don't have roots, you can't grow wings. Georgina, you know I could never leave you. I've been all around the world and still you bring me back again. Georgina, Georgina. When I'm gone, I dream you're later night, later on. You're always on my mind, Georgina. Should I stay or should I go? I'll always be scared of the great unknown. I see myself in the water. I see myself in the water. This is for you, Arnold. Georgina, you know I could never leave you. I've been all around the world and still you bring me back again. Georgina, oh, do you know how much I need you? I'll always be your small town girl. You always will be mine, Georgina, Georgina, Georgina. I see myself in the water. Thanks for the recipe, Tim.
Wow, that was great. Well done.
Thank you.
You were in tune. You remembered the lyrics. You had attitude.
Arnold said he missed the beginning.
Well, the good news is, Arnold.
No,
What?
For Arnold.
Oh, you want to just play it?
I'm
Like
a
play the
sister,
beginning?
I'm a daughter. Wait. I'm a lady of the lake. I love my new D'Addario strings. They're so fresh when I play my things.
They won't break.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Songwriting live.
You know who's really good at doing that? The lyrics on the fly?
Joe.
Joe. Yeah, brother Joe.
And
You know
Joe,
what it was?
I love that Charlie loves this song.
This is great, eh? All the comments here. Oh, and there's Joe watching. I didn't even know he was watching. I thought he was teaching still. Georgina, one of Charlotte's faves. Arnold gives a thumbs up. Love it. Great song. Sandra says, Georgina was clapping. Steve Clemenson, clapping.
Grandpa
Thanks.
Steve!
So Arnold, she played the beginning for you, but if you want to hear the whole song, you can go back and watch the live stream. But also, where else should people go and hear the song, Bernadette?
Spotify or any other major streaming platform. It's out.
It's
And
out.
stay
You can stream
tuned
it.
because the next single is going to be, the pre-save will be coming out soon. For
That's amazing.
Spotify. I know.
That's
It's
amazing.
crazy. I usually give myself 3 months for one single because of how much work it is.
Yeah.
And I'm doing one a month.
Yeah, and like it's not just record, like
No.
just record. That's the big thing. But
it's coming out and you know, there's all that upload stuff like as an indie artist, right? All the check boxes and the register with SOCAN and all those important things so that you're an artist who's, you know, getting the financial remuneration for it.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
there's a lot of
Which
things.
would be a whole other live stream we could do on just that, which maybe we will at some day. But today's just gear tunes, little chat. But there was some other cool thing, another cool thing that just happened in your career.
Yeah.
Right? And you have to explain it a little bit because I'm not on TikTok. And this is for the kids, right? So, but I'm just joking. But if you I say that, and then of course, who's on TikTok?
The hip.
The Tragically Hip.
Yeah.
And they're just a little older than I am, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. So what? Tell us a little bit about the video project. Like, what was going on? How did this happen?
So I signed up for TikTok. Step one.
Yeah.
As a almost 3-year-old, it took me a little while to figure out my setup.
You're 33.
This month.
I'm just joking.
And honestly, I wanted to do the duet feature. Like that's all I cared about. And the
So
duet feature
What
on
is? Yeah, okay, good.
is basically People post videos of them singing or videos of them playing something and not singing, which is what the Hip had done. And the Trues had done it also recently as well. So I saw people posting these kind of karaoke tracks. And I was like, I can sing. I like singing. I like singing with people. And like, I'm really missing that. So what I found was really fun is figuring out TikTok took effort. Like it wasn't easy for me. But once I figured out how to use the duet feature, and I just looked up how to use the duet feature on TikTok, on YouTube. Yeah. And basically I was like, you know, it's really cool finally to kind of have it figured out. So what was nice is I saw this TikTok come up of the Hip, and I was like, I want to sing this. And the fun part was I already knew the song. Right? And I already knew the song because my big brother John has played it for years.
Yeah.
And so
I actually played it wrong for years, and I'll explain that in a second. Go ahead.
Well, I had sung a lot, right? So I actually just whipped out my phone. I was chilling on the couch, and normally that's not how this goes. And I just sang along, and it happened so quickly, and it was fun. And then it got included in a pretty big video collection with Exclaim magazine, which was pretty crazy.
So let me share a little clip of that. Hopefully I can make this work. And Sandra, thank you for the feedback and warble comment there. I've reduced my volume. Hopefully that takes care of it. We'll see during the next song. But here's a little share here. With audio.
I see Joe Peggy Smith said both our kids had summer jobs at SoCan. Wow.
That's amazing, eh?
I love that. I'm like, I wish I did that. That would have been cool.
I think this is working now.
We all get that part. I appreciate that you get that part.
Okay, so here we have Exclaim's compilation video of Ahead by a Century. Buffering. I preloaded this too, right?
Yeah, totally.
Let's pause.
In the meantime, I'm just going to say John's really great. He's always been a great big brother. He's taught me so many wonderful things.
Like this song. Okay, here, I'm going to hit play. Let's see if this works now.
Did you share your screen, John? Brother?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I backed it up. This is so cool. I really want to share it. Okay, let me do this instead. Okay. Okay, here we go. Who's that?
John, I'm not sure if it's in the stream.
Yeah.
Should we just tell everyone to creep it?
I guess so. Yeah. You know, it's funny. Okay, I have share audio, share screen. I thought it shared. Let's cancel. Oh, well. Screen sharing was canceled. Make sure you click share on the model and not cancel. But I have another video I wanted to share too. I don't know.
Okay, let me you play some music and I'll figure something out.
Okay, see if you can share. But you don't have the other one though.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Technology. Anyways, okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about what it was, and Bernadette's going to try to find it, and I'm going to take you out for a sec, okay? But it started with a video of Rob Baker playing the guitar part for Ahead by a Century. And so as we were just chatting about, I played this and sang it all the time. It was like, it's my number one go-to for campfires, singing it with my friends in high school, Anthony and Matt Jemmett and Richard. And we always jam this tune out. It's one of my wife's favorites as well. But I actually always played it wrong. I was just using open chords. I didn't know how to get the sound that was going on here. Hey, do you have it up there, Bert? Or oh, keep going. Okay. And so I went on the hunt 2 years ago now to figure out how to play it properly. And one of the things, and I alluded to this last week when I was talking about tunings and how important that is to properly play a song when I was doing Yori Swartz, Come On Over. So this one's an open. Oh, yeah. Let's turn the volume up so you can hear that too. An open tuning and then capoed up. And he even mentions capoed up for Gord's voice. So it's possible that he wrote the song without the capo, and then Gordon Downey said, hey, can you take it up a bit? And they added the capo, which gets it up there. Which I'm going to quickly tune up before I actually play it. But that's how it's supposed to be done. And so I just added that. I did it live at the Sutton Fair for the first time, sort of quote unquote properly, and was very excited about that. And so I'm going to play it for you guys in a second. But all I could think of when I saw Bernadette's video at first, like I was supposed to be excited for her. And of course I'm thinking about me going, if he did this TikTok video 2 years ago, that would have been a lot easier for me to figure out. Maybe I should have just called him and said, hey, what is the tuning on this song? So, okay. Am I getting a thumbs up for us sharing, or yeah? Okay. So we're going to bring you back in.
So I think you have to add the other, not this me, but the other me to the stream.
Oh, okay. I will do that. Haha. Thank you, Bernadette.
First I climbed the tree, ready I sit silently, listen to our thoughts, visions of something, past it going, no dress rehearsal, this is our life.
I was wearing Dan's sweater. Okay.
Cool sweater.
That's mic technique for TikTok, by the way.
Yeah. There we go. And other great performers too, but we don't have to share them all. But go check it out. I will post the link after the show to the full YouTube video, and it's very cool. A lot of great upcoming artists, a couple of duets in there. So definitely worth checking out. And maybe I'll see at the end. I'll try to share my other video. That way we could just keep things rolling.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So, but this next song, again, not only was it cool because of what you were doing there on TikTok, I wanted to play. I probably would have played this anyways if I'm doing a hip night, because for me, my first big concert, my friend Matt and I went to Maple Leaf Gardens and saw the Tragically Hip. They were touring with opening act the Rio Statics, who I was also a big fan of. And actually, I wasn't a huge hip fan before that show, to be honest. I don't know if you knew that, Bert.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, they're cool. You know, I love the Canadiana. You know, this is and they were touring the Trouble at the Henhouse album. So Ahead by a Century was like just becoming a big hit. And the first song they played that night was Gift Shop, and it starts all like organy and chill, and then Gordon Downey sings "The Pendulum Swings." Dang, now I have to sign up for TikTok. I know Christy and I are both the same age. I know, like, because there's cool stuff happening there. Anyways, Pendulum Swings. Johnny Faye hits the crash on the bass drum to bring in the drum rhythm. The lights hit from behind the stage like this, and I was locked in as a forever Tragically Hip fan from that moment on.
Yeah. And you know what? It's so powerful. Like those memories, those moments, like they define us as artists, right?
Right.
They really
Whether
do.
you're part of the stage part of it, like, you know, I read Dave Bedini's On a Cold Road book, and he tells that show from being on stage and being side stage, and it was a defining moment for him as well. Isn't that cool?
Defining moments are weird. What does that even mean? What's a
just
defining moment?
things that build your character.
No,
things that you never.
I know, but when I think about it, it's like you witnessed a defining moment, and for me, and knew it was a defining moment more than I did.
Right. Yeah.
We won't talk
pretty
about that
wild.
right now, but
There you go. And I bought a hat. Well, actually, I didn't buy it. The story is Matt bought the hat. It wouldn't fit his head, and he disgruntledly gave it to me. And it was made out of hemp, and it was so
I miss
cool.
Matt, by the way. I miss him.
I chat with him on Facebook every once in a while. He's doing well.
Yeah, we did a
And,
little catch up too, but
Oh, good.
what a gem
And,
of a gem.
radio DJ and
He's a gem.
super talented guy. And but our dog Juno chewed that hat up on me, and
Juno is the worst.
I
for
never
that.
really forgave her.
Maybe it's your fault for wanting our Juno award.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, yeah, that's another story. All right, Bernadette, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm going to play a couple more songs and wrap this up tonight because we are going much later than normal.
Sorry.
But we're having fun, and that's what happens. And thanks, everyone, for enduring during our tech issues there. I really wanted to share that with everyone, so I'm glad Bernadette helped us out by doing that.
And thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And, John, thanks so much for setting this up and having me, and for willing to email out lead sheets and karaoke tracks to anyone who wants to learn Georgina.
Yeah. That
and I'm sure you'll teach it to any of your students, right?
Absolutely. So email info@connorsmusic.ca. We can send you a karaoke version of Georgina for you to sing along with, and you can make a TikTok video or whatever. And the lead sheet for those of you that want to play guitar and sing it. Make sure you practice your F chord first, because it's got a lot of F chords.
F chord's the worst.
Yeah.
Until you hit B.
Yeah. That's right. Thanks again, Bernadette, for coming on tonight.
See you later, everyone.
All right, without further ado, I'm going to play Ahead by a Century for you with the fancy tuning. First thing we climbed a tree, and maybe then we talk, or sit silently and listen to our thoughts, illusions of someday, cast in a golden light, no dress rehearsal, this is our life. That's when the hornets stung me, and I had a feverish dream with revenge and doubt. Tonight we smoke them out. You are hit by a century. You are hit by a century. You are hit by a century. Stare in the morning shroud, day began. You tilted my cloud, you tilted my hand. Rain falls in real time, rain fell through the night. No dress rehearsal, this is our life. And that's the hornet story, and I had a similar history with revenge out. Night we spoke the mouth. You are ahead by a century. 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 And disappointing years get me down. Nice thing with an open tuning there, you can do like a nice chord like that. I tuned it off there, or turned off the volume. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. I am not sure I understand the comment CACACACAC. She's maybe referencing the tuning, but it's CG CCG. So it's like a C5 tuning, maybe you might call it, but then capoed up. Although I feel like I was in a different tuning than the video, so I'm gonna have to go back and check that. But I think I played this against the studio version and feel like it's pretty accurate. Thank you, Steve, for the applause there. I'm gonna switch guitars again, just because part of the perk of doing these live streams right now, I'm just gonna tweak the volume down again, is that customers can't come in the shop right now. That looks like that's extended till June 14th, as far as I understand, unless everyone gets out and gets vaccinated even at a faster rate. If that happens, maybe we can open up sooner. But in the meantime, we're going to keep the live streams going and share some of our product that we have that you can't see. And among that was the first guitar I played there, which is about a $300 acoustic. And there's the one beside it right there in Sunburst without a pickup for $249. So very affordable, and the weather's great. Grab yourself an acoustic guitar, start hitting the campfire, with your small groups outside, and of course socially distanced, but keep making music. Over it. Thanks, John and Bert. Thanks. And so I'm reading comments and reacting. I always got to explain them. So Christy said, over it. Thanks, John and Bernadette. And loved it. I was like, over it. Like, I guess you're over TikTok already is what I thought, but loved it. Very nice. You're very welcome. Thanks for tuning in. So I got one more I'm going to play for you tonight. I'm going to play it on another guitar, so just give me a sec to switch. I've been switching by using what's called a circuit breaker cable. So I just turn the switch off so you don't hear the loud pops this time, like I think I did to everyone last week. Ooh. There we go. Headphones acting like a hairband. All right, I'm going to tune up. This is, check this thing out. It's super cool. The Ibanez Art Star. It's a new model, newish model, brand new to Connors Music. This is the first one that's ever arrived here. It not only looks cool, but plays really cool. It's got a fast neck. What do I mean when I say a fast neck? It's super thin. So if you want something that feels really cool in the hands, this is one to go with. It's also got this super cool, more electric-y looking headstock. And still with a pickup as well, and reasonably priced. And again, you can check all that stuff out at connorsmusic.ca. We get our web orders together in 15 minutes. So you place your web order, and then 15 minutes later, you can come pick it up if you want. Sounds great. Plug it in. Wow, I'm digging that. And we've been a fan of acoustic guitars. I think that's been like one of the primary things, other than teaching. Like teaching's number one at Connors Music, and I think the number one instrument would be acoustic guitars. At one point, Paul considered calling it the flat top shop, because that's acoustic guitars have the flat top. And one of the brands we carried for a little while that we were really proud of was Garrison guitars, which were made in Newfoundland. And so I got a call one day from my Garrison sales rep, and he says, I've got tickets to see the Tragically Hip in Barrie. Do you want them? And I was like, yeah. I think I said yes before he even got the full question. I was so excited. So my wife and I went to Barrie, and they were touring an album that is critically listed as not one of their most popular albums, but I loved it. And it's called World Container. Give it a fresh listen if you get a chance. And on it, there's a song called Lonely End of the Rink that if you're a goalie and you play hockey, I think it speaks specifically to you. But this song is called Pretend. And after I heard about Gordon Downey's passing, I just learned the song. So this will always be one that I sort of is my morning song, I would say. But anyway, so I get to the Barrie Molson Center there, and they said the tickets would be available at the VIP window. So my wife and I go up, and I said, oh, my name, and I'm here with Garrison Guitars. And they said, okay, here's your tickets and your backstage passes. So that was unexpected and phenomenal. And it was sort of a post-show, not media, but like industry mixer. So it wasn't really a fan thing. I didn't get any autographs. We had a beer in there, and I was going to say like, okay, I saw them. They're over there. That's cool. I hung out in a room with them. Let's call it a night. And my wife said, if you don't go over and introduce yourself, you'll regret that for the rest of your life. So I'm really glad she pushed me to do that. So I went over and said hey to the band, but specifically chatted with Gordon Downey for a minute. And it was very brief. I just said that I was there representing Garrison Guitars from Connors Music, and I love my Garrison guitar. And he toured with a small bodied one. He had the old Gibson that they said, hey, this thing's hard to keep in tune. It's so old. They moved him over to a Newfoundland made guitar, which was super cool. And that's my story. So maybe that's part of why the album means so much to me, is because of the association with it. But I think the music on it is really great too. And I'm pretty discerning about that kind of thing. Yeah, Christy says amazing. I probably haven't told that story even to friends that much. Maybe at the time I thought it'd be like, bragging about an experience that I got because of being in the music industry. But I wanted to share that with everyone tonight before I play the song. So this is going to be the last song of the night. And we'll do the live stream again next week. Have no idea what we're going to plan for, but it's going to be something cool. And so I'm going to wrap up with, again, Tragically Hip from the World Container album. The song's called Pretend, and I'm playing it on an Ibanez Alt Star. The model number is ALT30 IBB. Super, super cool looking guitar. I'm going to prop up a little bit so you can see it while I do it. Thanks again for tuning in. Luke asked if I'm going for the Jets. I don't know if I don't think so. Maybe Colorado? I'm not there yet. I'm still not over the Leafs losing. I'll watch. If you have any other questions, I'll answer them right after this song. If I ask you a question, are you gonna lie to me? Is that your question? 'Cause that one was easy. It's gripping the city and hitting the town. And no one on earth is doing this now. If you can't pretend, then roses, and I'll take the bows. Sorry. Say no one on earth is doing this now. But if I ask you a question, are you gonna lie to me? Is that your question? Because that one was easy. If you don't pretend, and I don't pretend, pretending might end, but pretend can't pretend to end, that's right. But you can pretend, yes I can, yes I can, yes I can. You can pretend, yes I can, yes I can, yes I can. You can pretend, yes I can, yes I can, yes I Oh, hung in there. Pretend by the Tragically Hip. Haha. Okay, so we got thank you, Sandra. I think that you were talking about Ahead by a Century because I came in before this. And thank you for the applause there. And got it from iTunes. So, Kathy, I'm assuming you're talking about Georgina, maybe? From iTunes for Bernadette, which is cool. Very cool. You can get it on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, YouTube. There's lots of YouTube views on it. And it will be on, available on an album. I keep toting album, but when a single comes out, you can just listen to the single. It's cool. I'm not going to, criticize that in any way. You got to check out the new tunes from the artists you love. You're very welcome. Thanks for tuning in, Christy. Have a great night. If there's any other last minute questions about the gear, Ibanez guitars, I mentioned last week, that you can get all of the stuff that you're seeing me use at connorsmusic.ca. Set it for curbside pickup. The Leafs are out of the playoffs officially, so if you place the order, it will always be available in 15 minutes as long as it's during store hours. I mentioned Monday night that if it was placed after puck drop, you'd have to wait till the intermission. And the other fun thing with that was that customers seemed to try to get their orders in earlier that day, which was great. What I was going to add is that Sportsnet released the stats that it was the most watched hockey game in Sportsnet history. So as much as I'm super sad the Leafs lost, I think it's a great thing for the game that the Leafs and Canadians are going to be strong competitors against each other, I think, for a few years to come, because they got some young guys coming up, and as long as Price stays active and healthy, they'll be at it. So there's my little hockey anecdote at the end there. It is, Steve, it is a beautiful looking guitar. Art Star. The finish is phenomenal. It stood out at me. I had to order it. Look at these shark tooth inlays. The super cool headstock. Even the grain on the back, if you can see that. It's got this gloss finish, so that it glares a bit. Donna, I'm glad you enjoyed. That was great. Thanks for another wonderful Wednesday. Hey, that's great. I'm glad to be helping out with some entertainment here. Free from Connors Music. Coming from room 6 at the shop here, and we'll definitely be live again next Wednesday, and then we'll see from there. And again, thanks for coming out. I know, Luke, it was embarrassing. We were up 3-1. There you go. That'll be our final note for tonight. So thanks again for everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next Wednesday.